Hello everyone and welcome to Whispers in the Darkness, the paranormal podcast from Out There Paranormal.
My name is Nigel Higgins.
And my name is Juliette Smith. You may often hear of us being referred to as the Psychic
And the Skeptic.
We will be the two main presenters you will hear on the podcast episodes on this channel.
Now, this is the first time as a group that we've attempted a podcast, so please bear with us. There's no telling where this could end up going, and we're going to try really hard to cut out the waffle and to get to the core of the podcast subject. But if you've already seen our live chats on Facebook, you will know that we do have a nasty tendency to go astray and disappear. Off on a tangent.
Okay, so where do we go first? Well, let's begin by telling you about the Out There Paranormal group. Out There Paranormal is essentially a group of 5 friends with a common interest in all things paranormal.
The group itself is based in Norfolk, one of the most haunted counties in the United Kingdom, and this gives us a chance to explore some of the ghostly, creepy and sometimes rather strange tales that abound here. The group was formed to allow us to collectively look into some of the more interesting aspects of the paranormal world and to allow us to investigate and research these.
Now, we all have quite differing viewpoints on the paranormal, and this diversity allows us to look at our investigations and research from many different angles and, of course, to form a number of conclusions to take into consideration.
We're not ghost hunters per se, but more interested in the background and history of the paranormal phenomena we investigate and sharing our findings with the wider audience.
So now you know a little bit more about the group, perhaps we should tell you about ourselves.
Okay, well let's get started then. My name is Nigel Higgins and I am the lead investigator of the Out There Paranormal group. You could say I prefer a more scientific and sceptical approach to investigating, and I feel that this is the best way to collect evidence and study it. I'm also very interested in the spiritual side too, and enjoy working with the more sensitive or psychic members of the team, linking what they find with my own in-depth research to get a complete picture. I have a specific interest in early human belief systems. I took an anthropology degree in the subject and find it quite fascinating how our belief in certain things works. Gods, ancestor worship, and most importantly the paranormal, of course. My position in the group covers a multitude of different tasks. The lead role means I tend to be the one organising investigations and making sure the other group members are briefed, and a basic plan of operation is in place. So when we arrive, we can immediately swing into action. I also have to think on my feet, as we never know what will happen on an investigation, adapting our approach on the night so we can ensure we record as much data as possible. I'm also responsible for most of the group's presence on social media, and we're very active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. We have our own YouTube TV channel, and I enjoy nothing more than editing together our latest investigations to share with everyone on there.
Okay, so my name, as I said before, is Juliette Smith, and I am one of the 2 psychic paranormal investigators in the group. Now, I had my first paranormal experience as a child, and it was about around the age of 5. I've always had a really keen interest in the paranormal, UFOs, cryptozoology, and technology since then. I joined the Out There team back in 2011. It seems so long ago now. But since joining the team, I have been actively investigating the paranormal and I've had some very interesting experiences indeed. I'm sure I will share these with you further down the line. The team has really given me the opportunity to explore my psychic abilities in many different locations, thus enabling me to strengthen my capabilities and grow psychically. Although I'm mostly spiritual in nature, I also have a keen interest in exploring the science behind the paranormal, and I'm currently learning, amongst other subjects, about quantum mechanics. I really enjoy working alongside Nigel with our social media presence, and I am responsible for the Instagram site. Now, I have a strong marketing background, and Nigel often calls upon me to cast a critical eye over the videos he makes, and between the two of us, we come up with the final edit. The rest of the team consists of Alison Harding, Tracy Horn, and Ian Liston Smith.
I'll pull the first name from this group and we'll talk about Alison Harding. Alison is particularly interested in cryptozoology and UFOs, and she tries to keep up to date as she can with these particular interests by reading current stories, sightings, opinions and news from all over the world. Alison is responsible for recording the information we find on our investigations, and is often to be found notebook in hand, furiously scribbling down the information given to her by our two group psychics.
Next up we have Tracy Horn. Tracy is the other of the group's two psychic investigators. Now, Tracy became aware of spirit from a very early age. It became a natural thing that grew with her. In her late 20s, she sat in a development circle to learn how to use her gift, hoping to use it to help people rather than just taking it for granted as everyday life. Figuring if spirit wanted to be seen and heard, then there must be a reason behind it. Tracy loves investigating and helping both spirit and people. She finds collating all the scientific evidence from the equipment, filming, along with her gift, quite fascinating. She doesn't know where her gift came from or why. She just knows, as she says, it is.
And last, but by no means least, is Ian Liston Smith. Now, Ian is the most recent addition to our team. He has extensive experience working in broadcast electronics, specifically radio signal reception and media research journalism. His main contribution to the team is interpreting our equipment measurements, analysing our sound recordings for possible EVPs, and throwing together weird and wonderful electronic devices for us to play with. We think he might have been a spy, but he's not admitting to that.
Okay, so now you've met our team, the next question is, what can you expect from our podcasts?
Well, to be brutally honest, we have no idea. There are various themes whirling about in our collective minds, and we are hoping to share many of them with you.
Well, it's sure to be a rather odd mixture, a heady blend of the serious and perhaps more light-hearted aspects of the paranormal, with some running themes amongst them, mostly centred around the investigations we perform and our take on various paranormal subjects.
Much as we would like to promise a regular weekly or monthly podcast, we cannot commit to being that organised, as you both have very busy family lives, but rest assured there will be as many as we can manage.
Now, of course, we will be keeping everyone updated with our various investigating escapades. And coming up, we have the first in a series of investigations visiting the ghost airfields that litter the Norfolk and Suffolk countryside, looking for spirits that may still wander these wartime sites.
We will be telling stories from the brave United States Army Air Force crews that flew out of these bases to whatever terrible fate awaited them over Hitler's Third Reich.
We will be touching on all of these and our other investigations, as and when they take place.
We can confirm, however, that the next podcast episode will be asking the question, what exactly is the paranormal? And giving you an idea of what we think the answer could possibly be. And after that one, well now, we don't exactly know where we will be going, but we can assure you it'll be a very, very interesting journey.
Now, of course, we cannot go without blatantly promoting our website and telling you how to hunt us down on our various social media channels.
So, get ready folks, you may want to make a note of this. The website is www.outtheregroup.net. Scroll down to where it says come and find us, and all of our social media links are there for you to click on and enjoy.
Well, that's all from us for this episode. But if you're interested in what we have to offer, then please take the time to follow our podcast channel. And if videos are your thing, then do check us out on YouTube as well.
Thanks for listening. So, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night.
Good night.